Close your eyes now, gently. Let your shoulders soften, your breath deepen, becoming a slow, steady rhythm, like the gentle lapping of waves on a distant shore. Feel the air around you, a gentle, unseen presence, perhaps a cool whisper against your skin, or the comforting warmth of a blanket settling over you, wrapping you in a cocoon of safety. Allow any tension to simply melt away, like a snowflake dissolving on a warm stone, leaving behind only a soothing warmth. Just let go. Feel the gentle pull of gravity, holding you safe and secure against the surface beneath you. Every breath in, a wave of calm washing over you. Every breath out, a release of anything you no longer need to hold. Any tiny flicker of thought or worry, deeper and deeper into this quiet, peaceful space. Imagine now a profound stillness beginning to settle. Around you, a hush so deep it feels almost tangible. It's the kind of quiet that only comes when the world outside has truly surrendered to the night, when the last echoes of the day have faded into soft whispers. This is a quiet that invites you inward, a gentle invitation to explore the peaceful landscapes of your own mind. Your eyelids feel heavy, so wonderfully heavy, like soft, warm sandbags resting gently over your eyes, sealing out the world, inviting you deeper into your own inner sanctuary. Your muscles, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head, are softening, loosening, becoming wonderfully heavy and relaxed. Feel that pleasant heaviness, that delicious surrender as your body sinks deeper and deeper into the comfort beneath you. Our story today begins. Not with a sudden flourish or a dramatic call, but with a subtle deepening of twilight in a time long, long ago. Picture, if you will, a small, sleepy medieval town nestled in a quiet valley, surrounded by rolling hills that seem to cup it gently in their embrace, like a precious jewel held safe in the palm of a giant. As the last embers of the sun dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of soft lavender, fading rose, and the deepest indigo, the town begins its slow, graceful descent into slumber. The air, once alive with the distant chatter of the marketplace, the rhythmic clang of the blacksmith's hammer, and the playful shouts of children, now grows wonderfully still. A profound hush, so deep it feels like a soft, velvet blanket, begins to settle over the cobbled streets and the ancient timbered houses. You can almost feel it, this gentle blanket of quiet descending from the vast star-dusted sky. The scent of wood smoke lingering from hearths where evening meals have been prepared now mingles with the sweet, earthy smell of damp soil, the faint perfume of night-blooming jasmine, and the clean, crisp aroma of cool night air. Take a quiet breath now, and imagine that subtle, comforting aroma filling your senses, a gentle invitation to relax even further as darkness deepens. True darkness descends, the kind that existed before electric lights, a profound enveloping velvet, and with this deepening darkness, a different kind of light begins to stir. Not the harsh glare of day, but the soft, inviting glow of lanterns. And with these lanterns comes a different kind of sound, a sound so gentle, so rhythmic, it becomes almost a part of the night itself. These are the lanterns of the midnight watch. Picture them now, if you can. Tall, sturdy figures, cloaked in dark wool that blends seamlessly with the deepening shadows, emerging from the town's central guild hall. Each carries a lantern, not a bright, blinding beacon, but a soft, warm orb of light, casting dancing, golden patterns on the ancient stones beneath their feet. The light, a rich golden amber, seems to pulse with a life of its own, a gentle, comforting heartbeat in the gathering gloom. It's a light that doesn't demand attention but offers solace, transforming the familiar streets into a magical labyrinth of soft shadows and golden gleams. There is something profoundly comforting in their very presence. As they begin their rounds, their footsteps, at first, might seem to have a steady, purposeful rhythm against the quiet. But as the night deepens, and the town truly surrenders to sleep, those footsteps grow softer, almost imperceptible. A gentle scuff, a hushed tread, a quiet shuffle, as if they too are mindful of the dreaming souls within the slumbering houses. The sound is so subtle, it's like the softest whisper of a secret shared only with the night, and with their footsteps comes another sound, a sound woven into the very fabric of the night, a sound that seems to vibrate through the cool, damp air, a low hum, a quiet, repetitive melody. The night watchmen, you see, weren't just guardians of safety against tangible threats, they were also guardians of peace, of tranquility. They understood the anxieties that darkness could sometimes bring, the tiny fears that might stir in the quiet hours of the night. So, as they walked, they hummed, not grand, soaring tunes, but simple, repetitive lullabies, ancient melodies passed down through generations of watchmen, melodies that seemed to carry the very essence of calm. Imagine that hum now, a deep, resonant vibration that seems to mingle with the very air, a gentle vibration that soothes the stillness. It wasn't meant to be heard distinctly, not by every sleeping ear. No, it was more like a feeling, a subtle vibration that permeated the town, an unspoken promise of safety and vigilance. It was the sound of calm, the sound of reassurance, drifting on the soft night air, a gentle current carrying you deeper into relaxation. These were the sounds and feelings that townsfolk, in their warm beds, often felt rather than consciously heard. Half aware in the liminal space between waking and dreaming, they felt a gentle, distant hum that seemed to cradle them. A soft, rhythmic shuffle of feet that whispered of protection. And the flickering glow of lanterns that danced on the edges of their dreams, chasing away any lingering shadows, painting their slumber with golden light for generations. These night guards were more than just protectors against physical dangers. They were guardians of the psyche, woven into the nightly tapestry of the town's well-being. People didn't just rely on them to ward off brigands or alert to fires. They relied on them to soothe fears, to guide dreams towards tranquil shores, to ensure a night of profound, undisturbed rest. Don't think about that for a moment. How deeply comforting it must have been to know that even in the deepest hours of the night, while you slept, someone was awake, watching over you. Someone was there, with a gentle light and a soft, soothing song, keeping the darkness company, holding the world steady. It allowed for a profound surrender, a deeper sense of trust in the world around them, a complete release into the embrace of sleep. Allow that feeling of profound comfort and safety to wash over you now. Feel it settling deep within your heart, your mind, your very being. You are safe, you are protected, you are drifting effortlessly into a state of deep, restorative peace. Every breath you take is a step deeper into this wonderful calm. Your body is heavy, so deliciously heavy, sinking into the soft support beneath you. Your mind is quiet, your thoughts are still, like leaves resting gently on the surface of a calm pond. Our story today begins. Truly, with this quiet promise of peace, carried on the soft wings of the night, guided by the gentle glow of the lanterns, and accompanied by the soothing hum of the midnight watch, let yourself drift now, with the rhythm of their steps and the soft glow of their light, as we journey into the heart of a peaceful, sleeping town. The lanterns of the midnight watch. Close your eyes now, gently. Let your shoulders soften, your breath deepen. Feel the air around you, a gentle, unseen presence, perhaps a cool whisper against your skin, or the comforting warmth of a blanket settling over you. Imagine the softest fabric beneath your cheek, the quietest stillness in the air. Allow any tension to simply melt away, like a snowflake dissolving on a warm stone. Just let go. Feel the gentle pull of gravity, holding you safe and secure. Every breath in, a wave of calm. Every breath out, a release of anything you no longer need to hold. Deeper and deeper into this quiet space. Our story today begins, not with a sudden flourish, but with the subtle deepening of twilight in a time long, long ago. Imagine, if you will, a small, sleepy medieval town nestled in a valley, surrounded by rolling hills that seemed to cup it gently in their embrace. As the last embers of the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of soft lavender and fading rose, the town began its slow descent into slumber. The air, once alive with the chatter of the marketplace and the distant clang of the blacksmith's hammer, now grew still. A hush, so profound it felt almost tangible, began to settle over the cobbled streets. You could almost feel it, a gentle blanket of quiet descending from the velvet sky. The scent of wood smoke lingering from hearths where evening meals had been prepared, mingled with the sweet, earthy smell of damp soil and the distant perfume of night-blooming jasmine. Take a quiet breath and imagine that aroma, subtle and comforting, filling your senses. As darkness deepened, true darkness, the kind that existed before electric lights, a different kind of light began to stir. Not the harsh glare of day, but the soft, inviting glow of lanterns. And with these lanterns came a different kind of sound, a sound so gentle, so rhythmic, it was almost a part of the night itself. These were the lanterns of the midnight watch. Picture them now, if you can. Tall, sturdy figures, cloaked in dark wool that blended seamlessly with the shadows, emerging from the town's central guild hall. Each carried a lantern, not a bright, blinding beacon, but a soft, warm orb of light, casting dancing patterns on the ancient stones beneath their feet. The light, a golden amber, seemed to pulse with a life of its own, a gentle heartbeat in the gathering gloom. There was something profoundly comforting in their presence. As they began their rounds, their footsteps at first might have seemed a little firm, a steady rhythm against the quiet. But as the night deepened and the town truly surrendered to sleep, those footsteps grew softer, almost imperceptible. A gentle scuff, a hushed tread, as if they too were mindful of the dreaming souls within the slumbering houses. And with their footsteps came another sound, a sound woven into the very fabric of the night, a low hum, a quiet melody. The night watchmen, you see, weren't just guardians of safety. They were also guardians of peace. They understood the anxieties that darkness could bring, the fears that might stir in the quiet hours. Oh, as they walked, they hummed, not grand, soaring tunes, but simple, repetitive lullabies. Ancient melodies passed down through generations of watchmen. Imagine that hum now, a deep, resonant vibration that seemed to mingle with the very air, a gentle vibration that soothed the stillness. It wasn't meant to be heard distinctly, not by every sleeping ear. No, it was more like a feeling, a subtle vibration that permeated the town, an unspoken promise of safety and vigilance. It was the sound of calm, the sound of reassurance, drifting on the soft night air. These were the sounds that townsfolk, in their warm beds, half aware in the liminal space between waking and dreaming, often felt rather than heard. A gentle, distant hum that seemed to cradle them, a soft, rhythmic shuffle of feet that whispered of protection, and the flickering glow of lanterns that danced on the edges of their dreams, chasing away any lingering shadows. For generations, these night guards were more than just protectors against tangible threats. They were guardians of the psyche, woven into the nightly tapestry of the town's well-being. People didn't just rely on them to ward off brigands or alert to fires. They relied on them to soothe fears, to guide dreams towards tranquil shores. Think about that for a moment. How deeply comforting it must have been to know that even in the deepest hours of the night, while you slept, someone was awake, watching over you. Someone was there, with a gentle light and a soft song, keeping the darkness company. It allowed for a profound surrender, a deeper sense of trust in the world around them as the watchmen moved. Their lanterns became miniature suns, each one a tiny universe of light in the vast expanse of the night. Each flicker, a gentle blink, a silent affirmation that all was well. The light would spill from narrow alleyways, illuminating ancient cobblestones, highlighting the intricate carvings on old wooden doors, then recede, leaving only the memory of its warmth. It was a dance of light and shadow, a gentle ebb and flow that mirrored the rhythm of the sleeping town. Feel that gentle rhythm now, the slow, steady beat of the night, like a quiet heart expanding and contracting and contracting. With each breath you take, imagine that rhythm flowing through you, calming your own internal world. Consider the lantern light itself, not a harsh, intrusive beam, but a soft, enveloping glow. It was a light that didn't demand attention but offered solace. It transformed the familiar streets, turning them into a magical labyrinth of soft shadows and golden gleams. A narrow beam might momentarily trace the curve of a sleeping cat curled on a windowsill, or highlight the delicate web spun by a nocturnal spider between two eaves. These brief illuminations were like gentle secrets whispered by the night. The watchmen themselves were often figures of quiet contemplation. Their long hours beneath the stars fostered a deep connection to the stillness of the night. They knew the constellations by name, could predict the changing phases of the moon, and felt the subtle shifts in the night air. Sometimes, a gentle breeze, soft and cool, would rustle the leaves of the ancient oak trees that lined the main thoroughfare. The watchmen would pause for a moment, letting the breeze caress their faces, feeling the breath of the world. Imagine that gentle breeze now, soft as a feather, whispering past your ear, carrying with it the faint, sweet scent of night flowers. Let it drift over your skin, a cool, comforting caress. The rustling leaves, a whispery chorus, became another layer of the night's lullaby. The watchmen, with their keen senses, would distinguish the soft stirrings of a mouse in the undergrowth from the heavier tread of a stray dog. Every sound, every subtle shift, was noted, processed, and then gently released, becoming part of the overall symphony of the sleeping town. And within the houses, warm hearths, though their fires had died down, still held the memory of warmth, the subtle scent of ash and lingering smoke, a faint, comforting warmth radiating from the stones. Perhaps, here and there, a log might gently settle, sending a soft, almost inaudible crackle into the stillness of a room, a sound so tiny, so domestic, yet so profoundly reassuring. These were the sounds and sensations that permeated the world of the sleeping townsfolk. The distant, steady footsteps, softer than the last. The low, almost subliminal hum of the watchmen. The gentle flicker of the lanterns, painting dreams with golden light. The quiet rustle of leaves. The soft caress of a night breeze. The lingering warmth of a dying hearth, punctuated by the softest of crackles. All of these elements woven together into a tapestry of peace. As the night deepened and the moon, a silent guardian, sailed higher in the sky, the watchman's pace grew even more unhurried. Each step became a deliberate act of mindfulness, a quiet prayer for the sleeping souls. They moved with a grace born of countless nights spent under the vast star-strewn canopy. Their cloaks swished softly, a sound like dried leaves skittering across a forest floor, almost too gentle to truly hear. They would pause sometimes, in a quiet square, or at the end of a deserted lane, and simply stand, breathing in the stillness. Their lantern, held steady, would cast a circle of soft light around them, creating a small, private sanctuary in the vastness of the night. In these moments, they were not just watchmen, they were conduits of calm, extensions of the peaceful night itself. Imagine yourself in that quiet square now, bathed in that soft, golden light. Feel the gentle stillness surrounding you, a comforting embrace that asks nothing of you but to simply be. Your breath is soft, your heart calm. Every muscle in your body is now thoroughly relaxed, loose and heavy. The very air seemed to hold a different quality during their watches. It was imbued with a sense of security, a palpable serenity. The townsfolk, though asleep, seemed to absorb this tranquility through their very pores, allowing it to seep into their dreams. painting them with images of safety and gentle repose. That the rhythm of their walk was hypnotic, a steady, predictable pattern that whispered of order and peace in a world that could sometimes feel chaotic. One footfall, then the next, a slow, even pace. Each step was an anchor, grounding the town in a sense of well-being, and their hum, so subtle, so pervasive, was like a gentle mantra, repeated over and over, until it became part of the very fabric of the night. It wasn't a song with words, but a pure vibration, a sound that bypassed the conscious mind and spoke directly to the deeper parts of the self, to the parts that longed for safety and comfort. Think of it as a low, resonant note played on a beautiful instrument, a note that vibrates through the very ground beneath you, gently shaking away any remaining tension, allowing you to sink deeper and deeper into relaxation as you listen to these words. Allow your own breathing to synchronize with the imagined rhythm of the watchman's steps, a slow, deep inhale, and an even slower, softer exhale, in and out. Each breath a step closer to profound sleep. The lanterns, flickering with soft light, were more than just illuminators of the path. They were symbols, beacons of hope and continuity. They were the gentle eyes of the night, watching over everything, ensuring that the transition from the bustling day to the quiet night was smooth, seamless, and utterly safe. Imagine now a soft light of a lantern filtering through a window, perhaps onto a sleeping child's face, painting it with a fleeting golden hue, a whisper of light that reassured, that whispered, all is well. Sleep soundly. It was a comfort woven into the very fabric of their lives, a nightly ritual that brought deep restorative rest. The gentle click of the latch as a watchman opened a gate to a quiet courtyard, checking on the sleeping animals within. The soft murmur of leaves in an ancient garden, disturbed by the passage of a slow, watchful presence. These small, subtle sounds were not disruptions, but rather confirmations of life, of vigilance, of the gentle guardianship that permeated the night. Sometimes a lone owl would hoot from a distant tree, its call echoing softly in the stillness. The watchman might pause, listening to the ancient sound, a fellow guardian of the night, before continuing his measured patrol. These shared moments between human and nature, under the vast star-dusted sky, reinforced the profound interconnectedness of all things. Feel that connection now, a sense of being part of something larger, something ancient and comforting. You are safe, you are protected. The very air itself, cool and clean, felt different at these hours. It carried with it the faint scent of dew on the grass, the aroma of sleeping trees, and the distant, almost imperceptible fragrance of blooming night flowers. Take a deep, gentle breath, and imagine that cool, clean air filling your lungs, cleansing and refreshing you from within. The watchmen, with their quiet presence, absorbed the fears of the night, transforming them into a gentle hum of reassurance. They were like living anchors, holding the town steady through the hours of darkness, ensuring that the waking world would emerge refreshed and renewed. Each footstep, now almost impossibly soft, was a blessing. Each swing of the lantern a gentle wave of peace. The entire town, in its deep collective slumber, was bathed in this quiet, protective energy. Allow yourself to feel that protective energy now, wrapping around you like a soft, warm blanket. It's a feeling of absolute safety, of profound peace. You are drifting now on the soft currents of this story, deeper and deeper into relaxation. The gentle lullabies, unheard by the conscious mind, were absorbed by the subconscious, a gentle balm for any lingering worries. They were songs of safety, of dreams, of the quiet magic that unfolds in the heart of the night. The subtle shifts in light as the moon moved across the sky, painting the rooftops with silver, then withdrawing, leaving them to the golden glow of the lanterns. These were the gentle brushstrokes of the night, creating a masterpiece of peace. And the silence, the profound velvet silence between the gentle sounds. It was a silence that wasn't empty but full of peace, full of rest, full of the quiet promise of a new day. Feel that silence now, a deep, comforting hush that cradles you. It's the silence of true rest, the silence that invites sleep. Imagine the gentle descent of a single soft feather, floating slowly down, until it lands without a sound. That is the feeling of your body now, light and weightless, drifting effortlessly into profound calm. The watchmen, with their silent dedication, were more than just figures of authority. They were embodiments of comfort. Their presence was a living assurance that the world was a safe place, even in the deepest hours of darkness. And so, as the night deepened and the stars sparkled like scattered diamonds on a dark velvet cloth, the rhythm of the midnight watch continued, a slow, steady hum, soft, gentle footsteps, the quiet dancing glow of lanterns, all working in harmony to create a symphony of serenity. You are now immersed in this symphony, wrapped in its comforting embrace. Your eyelids feel heavy, so wonderfully heavy, like soft, warm sandbags. Your limbs are loose and languid, sinking deeper into the surface beneath you. Each breath now is a sigh of contentment. Each beat of your heart, a gentle rhythm of peace. You are safe, you are secure, you are deeply, profoundly relaxed. The images of the medieval town, the soft lantern light, the gentle footsteps, the quiet humthies, are all invitations to a deeper state of calm. Let them wash over you like gentle waves on a peaceful shore, drawing you further and further into the quiet depths of sleep. The night deepened, and with it, the quiet watch of the lanterns. One watchman, a man named Elian, moved with a particular grace. He was an older man, his face etched with the lines of 1,000 starry nights. His beard was a soft silver, and his eyes, when you could see them in the lantern light, held a deep and ancient calm. As he walked, his hum was a low, resonant drone, a sound that seemed to come from the very core of his being. A deep well of peace. Elias's route took him through the quiet residential lanes, where the houses huddled together for warmth. Their roofs sloped like sleeping shoulders. He knew every twist and turn of the alleys, every loose cobblestone, every shutter that creaked in a gentle breeze. He moved like a shadow, his light a gentle companion, never intrusive, always welcome. Imagine that presence now, a gentle, knowing figure, a guardian of dreams. Feel the weight of your own body settling deeper, becoming a part of the quiet, safe space you've created for yourself. Every muscle in your face, your jaw, your neck, simply letting go, melting into a soft, restful state. As Elias turned a corner, his lantern cast a long, dancing shadow on the wall of a baker's shop. The scent of 100 loaves of bread, baked that day, still lingered in the air, a faint, yeasty sweetness that was a testament to the day's hard work and the promise of a new one. The lantern's light caught the small, intricate carvings on the wooden door, highlighting a tiny bird in flight, its wings forever captured in wood. He paused for a moment, simply breathing in the scent of honest labor and quiet rest. He knew the baker, a kind, stout man who rose before the sun. Elias felt a deep sense of connection to all the sleeping souls. The weavers, the blacksmiths, the farmers, the teachers, the children dreaming of dragons and knights. His hum, in this moment, was a soft blessing for all of them, a silent prayer for their peaceful slumber. His footsteps now were so soft, they were almost like thoughts. Pad ... pad. A hushed, even rhythm, a metronome for the night. The sound was so gentle it could be easily mistaken for the soft thud of your own heartbeat, a deep, steady pulse that keeps you safe. He passed a small house with a window ajar, a gentle breeze, rustling the thin linen curtain within. The breeze carried with it the faint, sweet scent of lavender from the garden beyond the stone wall. Elias's lantern light briefly illuminated a small potted plant on the windowsill, a quiet splash of green in the golden glow. He smiled softly to himself, a private moment of appreciation for the tiny details of the world he guarded. This isn't a story of grand adventures or epic battles. This is a story of quiet beauty, of the profound peace found in the stillness between moments. It is a story of guardianship and gentle care. Your breath is now a slow, steady tide, ebbing and flowing with an effortless grace. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, a gentle, soothing motion that is a sign of your body relaxing more and more deeply with every passing moment. As Elias continued his rounds, he came to the town's small, gurgling fountain in the central square. The water, a gentle, continuous murmur, was another layer in the night's symphony. The lantern light caught the droplets as they fell, turning them into tiny, glittering jewels for a fleeting instant before they dissolved back into the pool. The sound of the water was a constant, soothing whisper, a liquid lullaby. Close your eyes a little tighter now, and imagine that sound. The soft, endless murmur of water, a sound so ancient and elemental that it instantly calms the soul. Let that gentle sound wash away any lingering thoughts, any small flickers of worry. Just water, soft and constant. Elias sat on the edge of the fountain for a few minutes, his lantern resting on the stone beside him, its glow illuminating the old, worn faces carved into the fountain's rim. He let the water's gentle song fill the air, a different kind of hum, a natural melody. In these quiet moments, he was not a watchman, he was a listener, listening to the quiet breath of the town, to the soft sighs of the world as it slept. The air grew a little cooler now, a gentle sign of the deep night. A fine mist, so light it was almost invisible, began to settle on the cobblestones, softening the edges of the world. The lantern light, diffused by the mist, took on a softer, more ethereal quality, a misty halo of gold. Allow that feeling of guidance to fill you now, a sense that you are on a gentle path, a peaceful journey towards deep, restorative sleep. Each word I speak, a gentle step on that path. Each breath you take, a deeper surrender. As he walked, a fine spiderweb strung with tiny dewdrops that caught the lantern light like a string of miniature pearls glistened on a low-hanging branch. Elias paused, marveling at the delicate beauty. The spider, a silent architect, was also a part of the night's quiet world. The watchman and the spider, both guardians in their own way, one of the town, the other of the night's intricate beauty, carried a small leather-bound notebook and a piece of charcoal. Sometimes, he would stop and sketch a constellation he saw, or a particularly beautiful pattern of light and shadow cast by his lantern. These were his private memories of the night, his way of communing with the quiet magic that unfolded beneath his watchful eyes. Your thoughts are now like those sketches, soft and fleeting, appearing for a moment and then gently fading away. No longer needing your attention, they are simply passing through a gentle breeze of a thought, not a whirlwind. Elias's hum now was a very soft whisper, a breathy sound that was almost a sigh. It was a sound of contentment, of profound peace. It was the sound of a man who was at home in the quiet darkness, who found solace in the stillness. He knew that within the town, people were dreaming of sunlit fields, of warm fires, of loved ones' faces. And in their dreams they were safe, protected by the soft light and the gentle hum that they didn't even know they were hearing. Their subconscious mind, however, knew. It recognized the rhythm of safety, the sound of peace. And so, as you drift, allow yourself to feel that safety, that peace. Let the rhythm of this story, the gentle words, the soft images, lull you into a state of deep, effortless sleep. The air is cool and clean, the scent of earth and dew is all around you. You are held in a gentle embrace of peace. Your body is heavy, a wonderful, comforting heaviness that is the sign of true rest. You are sinking into a soft, endless ocean of calm. The sounds of the night, the distant murmur of the stream, the soft rustle of leaves, the gentle hum of the watchman, all these sounds are a part of your journey into sleep. They are not interruptions. They are your companions on the path to rest. Each breath now is a deeper and deeper descent, a gentle, downward spiral into a state of profound relaxation. Your mind is quiet, your thoughts are still. You are simply here, floating in a sea of tranquility. The watchman's lantern light, a steady, unwavering beacon, is like the presence of a loving guardian. It is a reminder that you are not alone, that there is a gentle light, a soft presence, watching over you, keeping you safe and sound. And so, as Elias completes his rounds, and the hours of the deep night pass, the town remains in a state of perfect, undisturbed slumber. The lanterns flicker, the hum continues, and the rhythm of peace holds everything in its gentle sway. You are now in a state of deep and wonderful rest. You are completely safe, completely relaxed, and completely at peace, drifting, floating, sinking, deeper and deeper into the gentle embrace of sleep. The world outside is a symphony of quiet, and you are its peaceful center. The cool air, the soft sounds, the gentle light, all of these things are working together to guide you to a place of perfect rest. Let go of any remaining tension. In your toes, your feet, your ankles, let it all go. In your calves, your knees, your thighs, just release. Your hips, your stomach, your back, simply surrender. Your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, all so loose and heavy. Your neck, your jaw, your face, soft and calm. Your eyelids are now so heavy, so wonderfully heavy. You are now in a state of total peace. You are so close to sleep now. Just one more gentle breath away.